Good evening. Welcome to Vibin with Ashley Live. I'm your host, Ashley Live. Thank you guys for joining me on this Sunday evening, and I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. Tonight we have a really amazing show. We have AJ Smith. He's a singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist, and which includes piano, guitar, and violin. So he's gonna pop in the room momentarily, and he's actually in the room right now. So AJ, if you want to join the live, and I will bring you on in. Okay, there he is.
What's up? How's it going? I'm just typing my link in here for my new song.
Yes, of course, of course. So guys, this is AJ. I was just introducing him. I'm gonna pin this so you guys can check this out. Hold on a second. And AJ, if you want to switch out the pin and like maybe make it Venmo later on in the video, feel free to do that. And I'm just going to keep an eye on these comments just because I want to make sure that you get the best version of this live. You know what I mean?
All right, sounds fantastic.
Utilize it to the fullest advantage. How's your evening going?
It's going well. How's yours?
It's going well. I can't believe it's the last couple days of 2021.
I know, right? I'm excited to have 2020 in the rearview mirror for sure.
Oh my gosh, this has been like a crazy year, and it's like everything that's happened over the past several months, you're just like, okay, let's just wipe the slate clean, and like 2021, we're just gonna be doing it.
Hell yeah. Like, oh, I'm so ready for the next year. Like, so
Exactly.
ready.
So I actually start every show, AJ, with a song lyric. So I'm actually using a song lyric from one of your songs this evening called Confetti. Little song called Confetti. So Confetti is AJ's most recent single. It was released December 14th, correct?
Yeah, December 14th.
Amazing. So I'm just going to share this song lyric with everybody that's here in the room. Feels so good when my heart ain't feeling heavy, when my mind's made up and ready, when I'm free to just be happy. Feels so good, I want to break out the confetti, raise a glass to feel healthy, make a mess with that confetti.
That's it.
And that's it. And that's AJ's song. So tell us a little bit about the meaning behind those lyrics.
Yeah, so about, what was it, in March or February, I was on tour before all this COVID stuff happened, and I had a really bad anxiety attack to the point where like I was in the hospital.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. Oh, wait, sorry.
I'm back.
Sorry,
All right.
you froze and you disappeared, so I wasn't sure what happened. You were saying
Oh yeah, no, my phone just gave me like a, oh, you have low battery because you always forget to plug in your phone alert.
Oh crap.
So, yeah.
Oh crap.
But yeah, I mean, so I was on tour and I had a really bad anxiety attack and I had to be hospitalized, and it sucked.
Gosh, it's horrible.
As I was on the plane ride back from that, I was trying to kind of put myself in like this better mood and feel happy about something. And so I like wrote down that lyric where it's like, because I was on that flip side, I know that it feels really good when I'm feeling at my best, when I'm not getting in my own way, when I'm not overthinking things, overanalyzing and criticizing myself, when instead I'm feeling healthy. And in that moment, you know, I thought of the song title Confetti, because when you're feeling that good after experiencing a low point, yeah, you got to celebrate. You got to celebrate the big victories. You got to celebrate the little victories. And sometimes those little victories are just being able to get out of bed and feel good and ready to tackle the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I think these lyrics, they just mean so much in the year 2020. Yes, with your anxiety. Yes, with COVID. Yes, with just the craziness of this year and to a new year. So I think it was perfect timing that you released it in December when there's so many holidays going around. And now we can go into 2021 and just and party and like get our lives back, right?
Yeah, raise a glass to that. If I had one with me, I'd be like, cheers.
I'm one too. Hopefully everybody at home is drinking as well.
Oh yeah. What's your drink of
So
choice?
let's start from the.
What do you do?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, what's your, like, if you.
Sorry, you're cutting up just a little bit.
Never mind. Never
Sorry,
mind.
you're cutting up. Is anybody that are you able to hear AJ? Because we're cutting up just a little bit on my end.
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. One more time.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, for New Year's, are you like a champagne, like a New Year's toast?
You know, I'm not a big drinker. Honestly, what I usually do, there's sometimes I just fall asleep at like 11:30, and then there's times that I'm out, but I'm just going to be in the house. I'll probably like, take some paper and pretend like it's confetti and throw it up in the air at New Year's, because that's what I used to do when I was younger. And I'm like, you got to make your own party at a time like this.
Yeah. I'm about it. I mean, like, I love Martinelli's. I love just the non-spiked sparkling cider.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Sorry to cut you off. I have Steve and Colette, and they say you're cutting up. Are you on Wi-Fi?
Mm-hmm.
You are on Wi-Fi. Okay. Just guys, if for some reason you can't hear us, just let us know, because sometimes Instagram is a little funky, and we want everything to go the right way, but sometimes Instagram has other plans for us. So keep us posted, guys, okay? So let's start from the very beginning. How old were you when you got into music, and who inspired you?
I was like 3 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's young.
I ran away from home to go listen to piano lessons down the street from my godmother. She taught piano lessons 2 doors down. And then my first concert, yeah, at 3, I like snuck out of the house. And then when I was also 3, my parents took me to my first concert. It was Yanni. Yeah, so like super orchestrated Greek music, which was pretty rad. I mean, from there, just a whole bunch. I filled in a bluegrass band. I played piano. I played violin in the National Symphony Orchestra. And now I'm making rock, pop, all that kind of good stuff.
Amazing. I actually love that your first concert's Yanni, because we all remember our first concert. But Yanni, I mean, I've never seen him, but I heard he's unbelievable.
It was so cool. Yeah, it's so cool.
Have you seen him as an adult?
No, actually. I probably should, though.
I feel like it would be a totally different experience, because like what we remember when we were kids versus how we view things as an adult. Like, for instance, Home Alone. We all saw Home Alone when we were young, but when you watch it as an adult, you just pick up different things.
Yeah. I mean, like, now I'm kind of like, this is a movie about like child neglect.
I know. You're like, what?
Not about like a cool kid that made booby traps. It's like,
Exactly. I view it so much more differently now than when I was young watching it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And like, I have a crush on Macaulay Culkin, and like, that sounds fun. And like,
yeah, what was there was like another movie too. It was like an animated movie that came out around the same time, like when he was super big.
mm-hmm.
Oh, that's gonna kill me. I'll think of it like tomorrow. With books.
So you don't really identify with a hometown, but you moved to New York City to become a musician. And then in the past few months, you moved to Nashville. So what prompted your move to Nashville?
Well, apart from my landlord raising my rent to an astronomical amount in New York City in the middle of the pandemic, I had some really awesome opportunities in Nashville. So it was kind of like, I'm got to go where the opportunities are calling.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's crazy. When we talked before and you were like, yeah, my landlord raised my rent. I'm like, that's horrible. And I feel like that happened to other people as well. But there was just like a mass exodus of people leaving New York City. And it just kind of like, why would they have done that to you? Yeah.
No, I mean, it was pretty wild. Like, they raised it so high. And I was like, I could buy my parents' house for this. Like, I'm not going to pay you this much a month anymore.
No, I totally get that. Yeah. So why Nashville?
Well, Nashville is a huge music city. I always kind of thought that it was only country music that was going on there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I started hearing more and more about the pop music scene, about labels moving pop divisions there from LA. And so it ended up being kind of just right timing that I got some really cool opportunities to go down there to write with some really great people. And even though it's been happening during the pandemic, I mean, I'm still hopping on Zoom writes with other writers from Nashville. And that's been pretty awesome.
Yeah. And I feel like life in Nashville would be totally different than New York City because, as you know, you held out in New York City during the pandemic. It was just a complete ghost town. And you're like, why do I live in the smallest apartment to do nothing?
You know what's weird is that I moved into a smaller apartment in Nashville.
Really?
Yeah, well, so I have a residency program at this amazing building. It's called Connect, Kenect.
Yes.
So they gave me an apartment for a year. And they've been kind of sponsoring me being in Nashville, which has been awesome and a great introduction to the city. And so they put me up in a studio apartment, and I'm going to be doing some teaching in their new studio and all that kind of stuff. But it's super awesome. I'm an influencer now, so I get this apartment. But
that's really cool, though. That's a really cool kind of trade-off, especially because your last landlord was like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna bump your rent up," and now they're like, "Oh, no, like, just do all this fun content for us, and like, we'll let you live in the fun building."
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
like,
yes.
Yeah.
So you actually live in the same building as someone else I interviewed. Zach Day, who actually just joined the chat. That's so funny. Zach, we were just talking about Connect, and I was like, oh yeah, my other person I interviewed a couple episodes ago, Zach from The Voice, is also your neighbor.
Zach is phenomenal, and I love hearing, Zach, if you're still on, I love hearing you sing from the hallway. It's my favorite.
Yes, Zach, thank you. Thank you, Zach. I'm gonna make sure I talk to all the residents in your building.
It's a rad building. It's good people. Good people for sure.
Very cool. So how would you describe the music that you create?
Epic, fanfarish, dramatic pop. I want to evoke very strong emotions of joy, of intensity, of sadness, nostalgia, all mixed up in one. I just want it to be dramatic and epic and touch an emotional nerve.
And legendary. Like, you can't forget once you hear a song by AJ.
That's the goal. I gotta build that. I want to go down in history, so
Yes. Well, you're kind of on your way there. You're close.
On the cusp. It's
close
a really exciting time.
Billy Joel song. You're very close.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I feel like this is kind of a moment in my life right now where, looking back, I'm gonna be like, oh man, I wish I could go through that again because it was super exciting. But right now it's also like I'm just concentrating on what the next thing is, and I want to do this now, and I want to do this now. What's the next song I'm gonna get out? This one.
Definitely. Definitely. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, AJ released a single this summer called Billy Joel. And a lot of people were talking about it. And Billy Joel himself has heard this song and praised you on it. So talk to us about that. Where were you when you found out? How did that all go down?
I was here. So right now I'm in my girlfriend's mom's basement. Because we came up to visit them for the holidays, and so I set up a little mini recording studio while I'm here, and so I recorded the vocals for Billy Joel while we were staying with them for like a month before we went down to Nashville, and I recorded them like right here too, actually.
Cool.
So maybe I'll get some more good news. I mean, I did get more good news while I've been here. My new song Confetti made it to like Apple's best new in pop list and like all that kind of stuff.
Amazing. And it hasn't been out a month.
Yeah, which is pretty rad. But yeah, so I got a call from my publicist that said Billy Joel heard your song and sent you a note, and she forwarded me the note, and he basically said, hey, thank you so much like for writing this song. Like it was I really liked it. It was really good. You've got a great voice. What's your fall look like? Because back then we thought that COVID was going to be short.
Exactly.
And he was like, do you want to are you available to open come, September or whenever this thing is over?
Yeah.
I was like, hell yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then he got that song put on the Billy Joel SiriusXM channel while that was back. That stopped in November, but it was back on for the summer and everything like that. So my song Billy Joel was on SiriusXM like all summer. It was pretty awesome.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And especially to know that he heard it. It's just there's got to be I can't even imagine what that feels like.
I was a little bit nervous, to be honest with you. At first I did want to make sure that I got it to him, so that I could at least say like, hey, I did send it to the guy before I released it. So that way, he could give me it, like, at least just sign off on like, yeah, okay, it's fine that you like use my name in a song.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely wasn't expecting that reaction, and it was awesome. I was afraid that he was gonna be like, I hate this.
Or just the silent treatment, right?
Yeah, or just like not hear anything, and I would be like, okay, well, but no, but I mean, it really did mean a lot because his music was really informative on, like, my parents listened to him a lot, my girlfriend's family listened to him a lot, so yeah, it was super cool. That's
amazing. So hopefully things open up soon, so you can get your chance to open for him.
Oh yes, would love it.
Yes, and 2021 is right around the corner, so we know that's going to happen soon.
Vaccines, let's go.
Yes, vaccines! Talk to us a little bit about your creative process.
Yeah, I have, like, if we were in my apartment, I could show you like all the list of song titles that I sticky note onto my wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it all starts usually, like, right now, I've been working on my new album, which I have tentatively titled Delusions of Grandeur. And so it has all these fanfare-ish epic titles of songs. Things like Confetti, things like, I have a song on there called Drama, a song called Cooler. I just wrote one called Red Carpet. So there's like, but they all kind of have this interesting twist on them, with these sort of big ideas. And so that's kind of where my head's been at. But when I'm writing for other people or anything like that, I mean, it always starts with a melody for me. I've got voice memos up my phone just like crazy, constantly thinking, brainstorming. I love walking my dog because that's where I come up with some great ideas.
Oh, I love that. That's really cute.
And yeah, it's great. And I'll just kind of come back and I'll be like, come up with something and then write some words. I love co-writing with people, but I also really like writing by myself. And COVID's been kind of cool because like I had only been doing co-writes for a very long time.
Yeah.
For like the last year or so, just because like that's kind of a big way to network within the industry. But then I started doing more solo writing during COVID.
Oh wait, hang tight. He's coming back.
Yep. Now I'm on 10% on my battery. So.
Oh my gosh, 10%! No. Are you charging or no?
I do have a charger. I don't know if you can reach that far. Let's find out. I'm gonna try. So I guess nope, it can't. Okay, so I'm gonna have to scoot you closer to me, and you'll just have to trust that I'm playing the piano when I end up singing.
He's playing the piano, guys. He's playing the piano. It's right there. He definitely plays the piano.
It's right there.
Yes, right there.
Except now my face won't be in it. I can be like, I can do this.
Are you sure? Are you good? Okay.
Well, it's not the most comfortable, so y'all just have to trust that I'm playing the piano.
We know you're playing the piano.
Yeah. So, where were we?
Question and answer time, pretty much. So you've performed with so far Long Island, Denver, Las Vegas, and then you were touring right before COVID happened. What are your favorite venues to perform at?
I think my favorite venue, I love playing at Summerfest in Milwaukee. It's a huge music festival. And that or Steel Stacks, which I played at Music Fest in Pennsylvania. Very, very cool venues. Summerfest is like right on the lake. And Milwaukee is just a beautiful town too in the summer. It's just so cool. And I got to play on a really big stage there, which was just awesome. And then it was really cool too, because, you know, like backstage was like magic. And this was right after, what was their song, Rude, had come out, like a year after Rude had been out or something like that. And so like they're coming on after me, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like you're in that part of the backstage, I'm in this part, and then like we mingled a little bit on the backstage, it was just neat. Super cool.
Very cool. Do you have any specific venues in New York City you like to play?
I am really excited to play at the Bowery Electric on the 30th.
Yes.
I'm doing a live stream show from the Bowery Electric. You can get tickets at the link in my bio. It's part of the Save Our Stages movement. I loved performing at Arlene's Grocery, which actually announced that they're going to be closing. Because like a lot of music venues in New York City, they are really struggling. And so that's part of why I'm doing my live stream at the Bowery Electric, so that we can support a New York City music venue that, you know, music venues are going through a tough time. So.
Yeah, music venues across the country are hurting so bad because the last shows they had were back in March, and it's like, you know, they can't open their doors. So I think this is so awesome that you're doing this live stream, just because you are one of those people, you love doing live streams, you love going live, playing music, you know, doing all these shows. And I think it's a really awesome thing that you're going to be doing. So guys, if you don't already have your tickets, it's Wednesday, December 30th. What time is it?
8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern. Awesome. So please make sure you guys get your tickets for that. So you've performed, or you've covered Toxic by Britney Spears, Fallen by Harry Styles, and that's only just a couple of the covers that you've done. What are your favorite songs to perform and why?
Originals or covers? Covers?
Both.
Oh man. One of my favorite songs to perform live is probably, it's called Drama. It's not out yet. It's one of my originals. It's just super fun. It goes from 6/8 to 4/4, and it's just like a very Freddie Mercury-ish type song. It's super fun.
Cool.
Covers, I love doing Toxic with my full band. It is so fun. We've got such a good, like, it's just, it grooves. We groove so hard. And that's also something I'm really excited with the 30th. I'm playing with my band. So
cool.
That's gonna be super fun. Yeah, we're gonna social distance. They're gonna wear masks. I'm gonna be up front. I'm gonna be the only one singing in this one. Just so then that way I'm the only person with a mask off. We've all been tested. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's such a strange time, but it's gonna be so cool to be with your whole band.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
That's so fun.
I haven't played a band show in months, like a year.
Oh my gosh. But another thing, you actually were performing on your parents' front steps.
Yes.
That was amazing. I saw the photos for that and I was like, oh my God, that's so amazing. It was just like this beautiful neighborhood and all these people had lawn chairs. I'm like, oh my God, that looks so fun.
Yeah, I went and I stayed with them for a couple weeks en route down to Nashville. And they were like, hey, do you want to do your live stream from our stoop so our neighbors can watch? And everybody, they all brought their lawn chairs like you were saying, and they just spaced out, and it was super fun. We had like 120 people there.
What?
It was great.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. They were just like, they were all down the street. It was really cool. I set up like a PA system so that they could all watch.
That's incredible. So, I mean, that must have felt amazing, because with musicians that I speak to, they're just like, I just want to see people. I just want to see people singing my song and clapping and like cheering for me, because when I do these live streams, it's just kind of like you're in the bedroom and you're like, okay.
No joke. I mean, like, hey, seeing the clapping emojis pop up on the screen is wonderful.
Yes.
But it is not the same as like hearing applause after you close a show or a song. So I actually, for my live stream that I'm doing on the 30th, I built, because I'm a web developer as well, for fun, I built myself like a little app so that people that tune in can click a button and it'll feed audience noise from them. Like when they press it, it'll make a clapping sound.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. And so then that way, like, people can actually like not just clap and send little emojis up on the screen. They can clap and it'll come to me. Yeah,
that's so cool. Yeah, because you're right. As a musician, you're kind of just like chilling. You sing a song and you're like, Okay. And sometimes it's hard to see the emojis. You're like, did anyone say anything? Did they like it?
Yeah.
You're just like, into the
Especially if
next
people
song.
like pull the show up on their TV or something like that too. Then
Yeah.
they're not going to be as active in the chat. But if they have it up on the TV, then they can still have their phone and they can be like clap, 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 and then
Oh, I love that. That's such a good idea.
I feel like we needed it. It was like the thing that was missing for me from live streams. So I took a little bit of time and I built it, and I'm going to use it for my live stream on the 30th.
Yes, live stream on the 30th. Be there. What artists or genres of music have you been listening to in 2020?
Ooh, in 2020. So I do this weird thing when I'm in album mode where I listen to songs, very specific songs or very specific artists as a reference, but I don't necessarily like go and put somebody on repeat. Like I'm not going to be like, oh, okay, let me go and listen to, I mean, I actually have had fun a little bit, like that album that was huge for them.
Yeah.
The album called, I mean, you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But like I have put that a little bit on repeat, or like Panic at the Disco, just because like there is some of that bombastic, like, and Queen, I'll go and put Queen on within that way because I'm trying to capture some of that in terms of some of what I'm doing. But other than that, I mean, I go and I hit New Music Friday to listen to what's current. I go and I listen to all of my friends that are, musicians. I'm like weirdly, I don't know if I'm like a fan of anybody. I love so much and appreciate so much music, but like I don't know, I kind of just view it as now I have so many friends that are like coming up too, so it's kind of like I'm not gonna be like your fan, but I'll be your friend and I'll support you and I'll like still buy a ticket and I'll go stand front row, but like I'm not gonna. I don't know. It's like a weird. It's hard to describe. It's like weird being an artist and then like a fan. Like so, I just kind of. I don't know if I'm a fan.
You're not a fan.
Love stuff.
Appreciate it, and I think when you listen to other music, whether it's a genre you're into or not, you're kind of like, okay, like I really like that he did this, and maybe I can kind of incorporate that into my own music in whatever way that could be.
Yeah, for sure. I love to do that. I mean, even if it's just, oh, I love the sound of that kick drum. I want to try to create a kick drum like that. Or I love that synth. I want to try to do something like that.
Very cool. Yeah, it's definitely important to learn from other musicians, especially at a time like this where some musicians like yourself are being very creative. You're posting content constantly and doing all these amazing live streams. And then there's other people that, March hit and then it's like, okay, where'd they go? they went into hiding.
Well, it's hard. Like, I think that there's definitely been, like, I've been at war with myself sometimes between recharging and using this time to kind of disconnect.
Yeah.
Because maybe I needed to focus on myself a little bit more. And then also trying to use this time to connect more with people because I know that there's other people out there that aren't getting what they would usually get. So they're not able to go and see a live show. And so I did a live stream every single Friday for 6 months.
That's so amazing.
I could have the opportunity to. I eventually was like burning out and I needed to, start recording my album.
Of course, but it gives you something to look forward to because you're like every Friday and everybody knows every Friday I know I can catch AJ.
Yeah. It was super fun. I love doing that all summer and it was great.
Very cool. So if you weren't doing music, what other career path would you choose and why?
I mean, I guess computer programming or, something like that because that's kind of what I do. When I'm not doing music, I built that music app. Web design. It would have to be something creative. I would love to be an astronaut, but like that ship kind of sailed.
That's pretty cool though.
Like if I could go back in time and if they were to tell me, okay, music will never be an option for you, because you can't sing and you have no idea of whatever's going on, then I would be like, okay, put me in astronaut school.
That's cool. And they don't have COVID on space.
Yeah. Run away to Mars. I would so be on that first ship. Like I'd be down. I'd be like, okay, let's go. Just
leave me in space.
I'd be so good in space because I could live stream to people from space, but then I don't have to I could be around COVID, and then I can also, I don't know, there's something really cool about being able to see the world from that perspective, I think.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You need to be the first musician to live stream from space. You do?
I would love to be the first musician to live stream from like the moon. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
I'd be down. Send me up. Elon Musk, tune in. I'm ready.
Yes. We already put it into the universe, so it's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
What song do you wish you wrote and why?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
Because it's a masterpiece. There's a lot of Ed Sheeran songs that I wish that I had written.
Mm-hmm.
I think just because he has a pretty masterful control of like language and melody. There's a bunch of songs that I wish I had written. Julia Michaels songs. Anytime that Julia Michaels sings something, I'm like, oh man. Even if it's just like, I wish that I'd written that lyric.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't even love the song overall, I always love one thing, if not the entire thing of Michael's song.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. So, what's the best advice you've ever been given?
Well, kind of on track with my anxiety thing. It was sort of like, what are you worried about? Can you do something about it? If you can do something about it, then you don't need to be so anxious about it, because you can affect change on that thing.
Yeah.
If you can't do anything about it, well, then there's no sense in worrying so much about it, because it's kind of out of your control. So that was kind of something that was, that's a sort of, I guess, abstract piece of advice, but that's been really helpful for me. That's something that I kind of tell myself. The other, I mean, there's some advice that I wish that I had gotten earlier on, maybe, particularly with the music business, which would have been, to try to just learn as much about the business side as possible. And not only, I mean, it's important to put in your time on the creative side for sure, but you do really need to learn about the music business side of things earlier. And I wish that I had known more about it when I was, not that I'm like old, but like when I was younger. Like that would have, I think that would have helped me out a lot, so that there were a couple opportunities that were coming that I could have maybe capitalized on earlier. I mean, I still have like awesome stuff happening now. Like I can't really complain, but it would have been nice to see, just to see me know more about past me knowing more about the music industry.
Yeah, there's so many different facets of the music industry, because yes, you're a musician, you're a songwriter, you're a performer, but then there's all that legal stuff and copy publishing, this and that, and all this other legal and business minded stuff. You're right that it just like they don't really talk about that. As musicians, it's so important to know, like, how much am I really going to get paid on this song?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if I collab with someone, how much are you taking and how much am I taking?
That happened to me. I had a song that went #3 in Australia, and I only owned like 8% of it or something like that, even though I wrote it and it was my vocal.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, you live and you learn. But I should have gotten more than 8%.
Yeah, definitely. And that was on the radio, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, I went #3 on their club charts. So
wow.
It was a huge song, actually, internationally too. Like all the international DJs did remixes of it and stuff, and I barely saw any income from it.
That's horrible. Well, hopefully you're a little bit more well-versed, so now when you're doing things, people are properly crediting you and paying you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, now I have a really good team. I mean, that was another piece of advice too. Like, build a team that you can trust. I have a team now that I can trust and that I love, and they're awesome. So.
Awesome. So what advice would you give to musicians during COVID?
Stay positive, stay creating, take breaks. It's okay to, especially now, I feel like we're glued to our phones, even maybe a little bit more, and glued to our screens a little bit more. So it can be very easy to fall prey to like screen envy, where you're like seeing somebody else, what they've curated for you to see of their lives. But what they're curating for you isn't necessarily the full picture. So you're not seeing the struggle. You're not seeing the days off that they took. You're not seeing you know, the other people that are helping them behind the scenes in terms of making some of these things happen. And so it's okay if you're not feeling there as a musician. It's okay to not be creating now. But I would say use this time to create, because I feel like great art comes from struggle. And, you know, it's a bit of a tough time for the music biz right now, which I think primes us for some really amazing art that's going to come out of this moment. So for me, it's kind of like, take this time to develop, take this time to learn, take this time to grow. But don't put so much pressure on yourself just because of what you might be seeing other people doing, because you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. And I feel like people on social media, they only post the good stuff. So it's like they might post it and be crying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, case in point, like, I don't think I might have posted to my story when I was in the hospital for my anxiety attack, but like I haven't, like, I'll talk about it. I have no problems talking about like mental health and everything like that. I think it's important to kind of defeat the stigma and like be open about it.
Right.
But at the same time, like, no, that's not going to make my feed every day.
No, of course.
So like, and people aren't going to see that, but they'll hear it when, you know, or see it in the press stories when I talk about it. But yeah, they're not going to see that. They're going to see like the beautiful pictures of my dog. So,
Doing a cover.
Yeah, and my dog is absolutely perfect. Come here, Bailey.
Oh, she's coming to make an appearance.
Come here.
Oh,
Good girl.
hi, Pop. What's your dog's name?
Bailey Bell.
Oh, hi. Hi, cutie. This is the first appearance a dog has made on the show. Normally it's just musicians, but I'm all about musicians bringing their dogs. So please, more of this.
Yes. I want to be the first person to live stream from space, and now I'm the first person to bring my dog on Ashley Live. So
Yes!
crossing off all those firsts.
Definitely. So AJ, tell everybody who's watching where they can find you on all social media platforms.
You can find me at AJ Smith Music everywhere. You can go and check out tickets to my live stream show at ajsmith.veeps, veeps.com. And yeah, you can just find my website at ajsmithmusic.com. So
good stuff. Now, how can people watching this right now support you as an artist?
Buy a ticket to my live stream on the 30th. I'm not necessarily making any money off of that. I would love that because it's a cause that I'm supporting, which is to support venues in New York City. If you buy a ticket, I will actually send you a gift in the mail. Nothing too fancy, but just like a little souvenir. And it's my way of saying thank you, and it would mean a lot to me to do that and support my music short, where I'll get to be performing for you for my band, but you'll also be supporting my bandmates. You'll be supporting live music. You'll be supporting a live venue in New York City. So yeah, get tickets to my live stream on the 30th.
Good stuff. So do you want to put your Venmo in the comments? I'll pin it and then we'll go into the songs.
Sure, I can do that too.
Good stuff.
I appreciate tips. Let's see, at AJ Smith Music on Venmo as well.
Okay, cool.
Wonderful. My dog can maybe sing. I don't know. I want to teach her how to speak using those buttons, like on that TikTok dog, Bunny the dog. All right, are we doing music?
We're doing music.
Okay, so this is one of the songs that we were talking about earlier. It's called Confetti. So it's out now. This is another way that I would love your support, is go and put Confetti on repeat. If you have a music playlist, add it to a music playlist, and let's make this song blow up, especially for New Year's. It's a perfect New Year's song.
Yay!
There could just be one cloud in the sky, and I would find it. So caught up in what I'm not, I miss the strike of lightning. Never look back, I'm going, never lose track, I'm rolling. Welcome to the real life, can rewind it. I know, when it's hard for me to see. I just gotta believe it, 'cause there's nothing out of reach. Feels so good when my heart ain't feeling happy, when my mind's made up and ready, when I'm free to just be happy. Hey, feels so good, I wanna break out the confetti, raise a glass to feeling healthy, make a mess with the confetti. Hey, whoa, whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 songs are feeling bright, got a new flair for the dramatic, floating like cloud nine, little video, some magic, never look back, I'm going, never lose track, rolling, welcome to the real life, can we ride it? I know, when it's hard for me to see, I just gotta believe it, 'cause it's nothing out of reach. Feels so good when my heart ain't feeling heavy, my mind's made up and ready, when I'm free to just be happy. I feel so good, I wanna break out the confetti, raise a glass to feeling healthy, make a mess with that confetti. Hey, whoa, whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 and yeah, it's overused, but here's the new me. Done being my worst enemy, I'm freer like I'm supposed to be. It feels so good when my heart ain't feeling heavy, my mind's made up and ready, when I'm free to just be happy. It feels so good, wanna break out the confetti, raise a glass to feeling healthy, make a mess with that confetti. Hey, hey, whoa, oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 make a mess with that confetti.
Yes! Put the confetti emojis in the chat. Put it up there. Oh, someone said sing Toxic.
I could. I was going to play Billy Joel.
Hey, we got some time. Whatever you're into.
I could do a little Toxic for you. All right. Let me change up the sound, though.
And guys, if you have any questions for AJ, please put them in the chat and we'll get to them after he's done performing.
Okay, let's do... I want to make this badass sounding. So I'm going to do a keyboard. And let me know if you can hear it, okay? Nope, not that sound. Can you hear that okay?
Yep.
Baby, can't you see I'm walking there? A girl like you should wait walking there. You're dangerous and I'm falling. I can't escape it and I can't wait. I need a hit, oh baby, won't you give me it? You're dangerous and I'm loving it. Too high, I can't come down. Losing my head, spinning round and round. Do you feel me now? 'Cause with the touch of your lips, I'm on eyes. You're intoxicating now. I'm sipping on the with the taste of your voice in paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? And I love what you do. Don't you know that you're so toxic? Well, Well, it's getting late to give you up. Oh, I took a sip from the devil's cup. I'm pouring over me. 'Cause with the taste of your lips, I'm alright. You're sexing up, I'm sipping on the way. The taste of your body, zipping right ice. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're so toxic? Oh, I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're so toxic? I'm addicted to you. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know that you're toxic? That you're so toxic. Oh, with the taste of your lips, I'm alright. 'Cause with the taste of your lips, I'm alright. You're toxic and I'm slipping under with the taste of your voice in paradise. Yeah, I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that with the taste of your lips, I'm alright, alright. You're toxic enough. I'm slipping under with the taste of your poison in paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic?
Amazing, amazing. The chat was blowing up. I mean, toxic. Yes. Heck yes.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Please give it up for AJ. And you have another one.
I can do one more for you, and then I gotta rest my voice.
I know.
Because
got a big show coming up on Wednesday.
Got a big show coming up on Wednesday, and I want to sound really pretty for it. So I wrote this song because my girlfriend's favorite song, or one of her favorite songs, is Vienna by Billy Joel. It's called Billy Joel. You hurt sometimes, and sometimes you hurt me. Do not offend words I don't mean. We sit in silence, and you start crying. In all my pride, I never wipe your tears. That's when you call me insincere. You leave me broken, but I'm not hopeless. Oh, but you know that you will always be my woman. And I admit that I've been wrong. So I say, baby, but what are we fighting for? I've run out of ways to say that I'm so sorry. It's never too late, so let's start over. Are we crazy for falling back in love? Or can I hold you close tonight? I can sing your favorite song. You know the one by Billy Joel. I swear, my dear, you kill me with a sigh. You'd never mean to, 'cause you're too kind. We all have reasons. Hell, I've got my own demons. You're the only one who could see a million dreams stays by my side when I can't breathe. That's why it's painful when the actions and fall. Oh, but you know that you'll always be my woman, and I will be your man till I die. So I say, baby, but what are we fighting for? From now on, I used to say that I'm so sorry. It's never too late, so let's start over. Are we crazy for falling back in love? Or can I hold you close tonight? I can sing your favorite song. You know the one by Billy Joel. Oh, we're just people, and people make mistakes. I know it's harder to forgive when you're still in pain. Oh, but I never know. No, I never wanna make you change. Remember, I'm always by your side. So no matter what's right, let's find a way to just say, baby, what are we fighting for? I've run out of ways to say that I'm so sorry. It's never too late, so let's start over. Are we crazy for falling back in love? Or can I hold you close tonight? I can sing your favorite song. You know the one. I'll always sing your favorite song. You know the one. By Billy Joel.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was amazing. Chat was blowing up. Not sure if he's still in here, but Brett Miller just popped in. And
Oh, what's up, Brett?
yeah, Brett, if you're still in here, what's up, Brett? If, for those of you who don't know, I actually interviewed Brett a couple episodes ago. So we've actually had a couple alums pop in who also know you. So I love that we all kind of know each other.
Oh yeah, the music world is small. It's a small world.
It's a very small world. I'm just going back to some of these questions. Hold on, I got a lot of stuff going on in the chat. Hold on a second. Can your dog sing too? We saw that. What instrument do you want to learn next?
I know quite a few already. I think I'd rather just like get really good at the ones that I know. Should I learn? Harmonica would be kind of cool. I mean, I feel like that wouldn't be a really hard one to learn.
Yeah.
But I would like to learn that. So that way I could like do that while I play Billy Joel.
Yes.
I don't know. I've always thought it would be really nice to learn how to play cello.
Yeah. Such a cool instrument.
Yeah. Because I play violin, so I feel like, you know, the technique is slightly different, but the foundations are there. So I think it would be cool to do cello.
Other than your live stream on Wednesday, where do you want to perform next?
Madison Square Garden.
Yes. Billy Joel.
Yep.
And that's happening 2021.
Let's go.
Let's do it. And please, guys, when AJ is going to perform, you guys better be there. Better be there.
I'm hoping so. I'll save all of you tickets. So.
Yes. Because for those of you who don't know, Billy Joel actually used to play once a month at Madison Square Garden when concerts were a thing. And it was incredible because it would sell out every single show.
And hopefully I get to be at one of those.
You are going to be at one of those. Heck yeah. When is Billy Joel getting a sad candle?
I have not asked him if he wants one yet. I did just send him a Christmas card though.
Cool.
Yeah. So after that, probably. I guess I could have sent one with the Christmas card. I'll send him a candle one day.
I love it. It's so cool. Does anyone else have any other questions for AJ? I have one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I want to be one of the biggest artists of all time. Can I do that in 5 years? We'll see. I want my music to be heard all around the world. I just want to make an impact with my music. Yeah, yes. Top of the Billboard charts. Taking them off the Grammys. But, you know, it's not necessarily about accolades. I would rather, you know, have the people, have the fans, have my music be making a huge impact for people. So that's what I really want. I want to be able to headline festivals, sure, like that's great. But it's more about, I'll go play at shows wherever the people are. I want to be able to get my music to the people.
Yes. Somebody says, as candle that smells like the Matador boots I bought like yours. Steve.
Yeah, I have a candle that smells like a leather jacket.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's called The Jacket I Never Gave Back.
Yes. So that was actually for your single that you released in January.
Yes, sad song. Yeah.
Yes. That's so cool. So how did you bring the candles into the whole song promotion?
Because it was always, I always thought it would be funny to take an emotional experience, bottle it up, and then turn it into a scent. Because, you know, like you leave a relationship and you kind of feel like there's always traces of that person still left with you.
Right.
Even if you're no longer seeing them. And I thought that like scent was like a way to capture that. And so I have like one candle's called The Camping Trip We Never Took. Another one's The Jacket I Never Gave Back. And then I Still Remember Your Favorite Flowers, which smells like peonies and roses. And then I have another one that is My Pillowcase Still Smells Like You.
Oh my God, I love it. So where can people buy these candles?
On my website. I wasn't able to ship them out for the last couple months because I left them all up here and my candle making supplies up here. But now that I'm back up here for the holidays and through New Year's, I have all of my stuff and I'm going to bring some of it back to Nashville so I can keep mailing candles out to people. So the store is open. You can go to ajsmithmusic.com and place your candle orders, and I could literally mail one out for you tomorrow if you order one tonight.
That's awesome. When are you going to make a Billy Joel themed sad candle? What does Billy Joel smell like?
I mean, what would I make it smell like? A bottle of red, a bottle of white?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what he smells like. Yeah, I caught that. But what do we think he smells like? I don't know.
After I play a show with him, I'll just go over to him and be like, oh, I'm just coming up with a sad candle idea for you.
You'll be like, what cologne is that? And then you'll just formulate a
so fast.
candle like that.
Never.
Yeah, guys, please, if you don't already, please get a candle. The chat's blowing up that the candles are awesome. So please go and buy candles. Great holiday gift. Yes. Also, if you didn't already, please donate AJ Smith Music on Venmo. And somebody said they missed the Friday night jams. Is that going to be coming back?
Hop on the Wednesday night jam that's coming on the 30th, right? Very soon. It's a full band thing. Go get tickets. Link in my bio. It's going to be amazing. The show will be available if you can't tune in Wednesday night because you're working. The show is going to be recorded live, and it will be available to watch until January 6th. So, yeah.
So, yeah, please, guys, get tickets for Wednesday. Do you have anything coming up in January to look forward to as far as live streams, anything like that, music?
I've got another song coming out in February.
Nice. Very cool. So, guys, please stay tuned. A lot of good stuff coming from AJ. Any final words on your end?
Thank you all so much for listening to me, for hanging out with me tonight. Ashley, thank you for having me. It's been awesome hanging out with you. Have a wonderful, magical evening. And, yeah, just go stream Confetti, stream my music, get your tickets to support live music and live venues. And like I said, I'm not really making anything off of it, but I'm not trying to. I'm going to mail you a gift. It's my initiative to help save stages in New York City. So,
yes,
be a part of that. That'd be amazing.
Please support our music venues. Doesn't matter where in the country you are. You have music venues wherever you are that definitely need our help at this point. Definitely. AJ, you are amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to sing us some fun times and just have a really real, heartfelt conversation. Guys, if you don't already, please make sure to follow AJ here on Instagram and all his other social platforms. If you don't already, please make sure to follow me because I interview incredible musicians just like AJ right here on my show, Vibin with Ashley Live. Guys, happy holidays, happy New Year's. Please stay safe, wear a mask. Any final words from you?
Have an amazing night. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.